And hello everybody, I am the Wandering Bard, and this is going to be another Cybergamer DOTA2 ladder shoutcast. Today we have a match between Thrift Shop Gaming and Spiderpig. Two teams right near the top of the ladder, contesting a spot in the top 4, I believe. Spiderpig might have fallen to 5th before this match. They recently lost to Tesla Gaming, who I actually shoutcast a match between between them and I think it was Adamant, and then I shoutcast Adamant and Trident, and then Thrift Shop. All these teams are connected, playing each other regularly.
10 seconds remaining.
It's a sort of tight pack contesting
5 seconds
the first
remaining.
couple of spots on the ladder. So today we see our first ban, pretty non-standard actually. Thrift Shop removing Shadow Demon immediately. And normally you'd expect something like a Nyx Assassin, which Spiderpig banned out afterwards. Or maybe a Coddle, a Batrider. But it looks like Thrift Shop are intentionally trying to let some of these higher tier, usually first banned heroes through to try and pick up a few of them themselves. Wisp, another hero. We see the Batrider ban now from Thrift Shop, so Darkseer still in the pool, as is Wisp, as is Coddle. It'll be up to Spiderpig whether they ban one of those or leave all 3 in the pool and try to pick up whichever 2 Thrift Shop Gaming don't get. Fleet, captain of Spiderpig, obviously considering that conundrum himself. And he bans out Magnetor, so a hero who certainly I think is still powerful enough to warrant a ban, but not one we've seen banned or picked first phase in a while in the recent professional games. If you've been watching Star Ladder, you'll see that Magnus has sort of fallen down a little bit in desirability, but Keeper of the Light has not. His global presence and pushing power are strong enough that Thrift Shop Gaming have immediately picked him up as first pick. So will Spiderpig grab the Wisp here? That is the question. I know they really like to play the Darkseer, or as much as, you know, any other team does. It's a very powerful hero, but they're certainly not afraid to pick him up. But I'm interested to see whether we'll see the Wisp as well. There is the Darkseer, and they go for the Undying instead, so another very strong hero, and sort of throwing down the gauntlet to Thrift Shop after picking Coddle, the other sort of very strong tri-lane hero, apart from maybe Bane Elemental, would be Undying. And so by picking up the zombie for themselves, Spiderpig have said to Thrift Shop, well, you can't have it all your own way. If there's going to be a tri-lane versus tri-lane matchup here, we're going to make sure we have some big guns on our side as well. So now Thrift Shop.
10 seconds remaining.
10 seconds of normal time remaining. Still neither team eating into their extra time.
5 seconds
Thrift Shop
remaining.
could very well pick up the Wisp and a CK or some other very strong combo hero here.
Reserve time.
But you have to wonder if Spiderpig didn't want to pick up the Wisp.
Reserve
Does
time.
that mean that they have a plan to counter it?
Radiant
Thrift Shop go with the
team.
Phantom Lancer, so there's a strong pocket lane with Coddle. Probably part of a tri-lane even still. And they go with Jakiro, so Wisp going unloved in this match. I know that Spiderpig have had problems in the past finding someone to play the Wisp. They don't really have a designated Wisp player, at least in their older lineup. I'm not sure whether they can fit a Wisp into this new team starring Volcanic Island. But perhaps that explains why it's not being picked up. And instead they grab Gyrocopter, so another very popular hero, very much a hero of the now. The Gyrocopter can be run mid, can be run carry, can be run support. Really can do anything. Amazingly versatile hero, lots of early burst, team fight control, and even late game carry potential with the flat cannon. I suspect they might not be running him carry. I feel like Fleet is more likely to play the Gyrocopter in a supporting role or have Volcanic Island take him mid than we are to see Furzen picking up as a hard carry, but you never know. As we now see the third ban coming out from Thrift Shop Gaming is the Queen of Pain. So, obviously one of Spiderpig's most popular mids, as well as sort of one of the safest mid pickups. By picking Queen of Pain, again, such a versatile hero, you don't really commit to any sort of strategy or to other heroes in your lineup, and she has pretty good matchups against every other mid hero. And we see the Lone Druid being removed by Spiderpig. I'm not sure whether Thrift Shop Gaming are particularly known for playing Syllabear, but he is incredibly strong in the current metagame. One of the harder carries to shut down. So perhaps Spiderpig not looking to take it late. They do have some decent mid-game so far, and we haven't seen... Maybe if they pick a carry like a Luna, who has a strong mid-game, or even a Lycan, or the Clinks, although they just removed the Clinks themselves, then they could go for an early push. Thrift Shop removing the Silencer. A very sort of interesting hero right now after his recent remake and only just being allowed back into Captain's mode. A lot of people seem to think his laning presence is strong enough to warrant banning, even in the first ban phase. But he managed to make it through the second ban phase here before being removed, as well as the Disruptor, so Thrift Shop Gaming banning out that strong, sort of active teamfight controlling support. Spiderpig now sweating on their last ban. Still haven't touched their extra time yet, so they'd be definitely warranted in waiting a while, just considering carefully what they want to pick up and what Thrift Shop want to pick up before they make this ban, even if they already know what their ban is. So, if I take a moment to do so myself, we already see basically the Thrift Shop tri-lane. So they're now looking for their off-laner and their solo mid, and the banning of Lone Druid and Clinks reflects this in banning, banning the viable off-laners easier than banning all the viable mids. And they remove Enigma, so another strong off-laner, also a jungler, but I suspect if they were afraid of the Enigma coming out for Thrift Shop, with that Jakiro and Keeper of the Light AoE combo, then we were probably going to see a long lane solo Enigma. But that is all relegated to the realm of the hypothetical, as Enigma is banned out, and now Thrift Shop proceeding to the second pick phase. They've only used a third or so of their extra time themselves, so this is a really crucial pickup for them. They might want to pick up an offlaner, unless they're going for something less standard. If they want a Beastmaster or a Windrunner, they might want to pick that up now, and then save their mid for last. I feel like Spiderpig can be more flexible in counterpicking their mid lane. Although they do pick their mid lane up, it's an Outworld Devourer, so very strong hero. Thrift Shop Gaming putting their foot down and saying, we're going to send our Outworld mid, and he's going to beat whoever you put there. We're going to be seeing a lot of banishments coming out, astral imprisonment, sorry. And now Spiderpig have to think. We have two picks now. How do we defeat this Outworld? They've already got their Darkseer committed on the off lane. He's going to be up against whatever Thrift Shop pick up, which, assuming that the Outworld's going to be farming and playing a carry role alongside the Phantom Lancer, you would probably see a more support-oriented hero, like a Windrunner, still in the pool. They could use the disables. Spiderpig might want to even think about picking up a Windrunner themselves, I'm not sure. Or a Bounty Hunter, sort of as just to deny Thrift Shop the opportunity to pick one up. And they grab Rubik to go up against Outworld, most likely. Unless they're planning on swapping it up and putting Gyrocopter mid now. This is a great thing about Spiderpig so far. Thrift Shop basically revealed their hand in the first pick phase with Keeper of the Light, Phantom Lancer, and Jakiro. We can all pretty much safely assume where those heroes are going to go. But Spiderpig are still very flexible. They could already pick up a mid as their last hero, or an extra support as their last hero and have a Gyrocopter Undying support tri-lane, or even pick up a different carry, play the support Gyrocopter, and run whatever the last pick up. Maybe a Sven, still a very strong hero, still not removed from the pool, still not picked up by either team, and run that as their tri-lane farmer. So Thrift Shop grabbing actually Thrift Shop proving me wrong. They pick up a Templar Assassin who really, just based on history, would almost certainly have to go to the mid lane, which leaves Outworld Destroyer prospectively soloing the side lane, unless we're going to see some really weird shenanigans. We could be seeing dual lanes here, we could be seeing even a side lane Coddle, a support Outworld Devourer perhaps, maxing out his aura, and
10 seconds
an imprisonment
remaining.
set up ice paths for Jakiro. Who knows? At this point, I'm not even going to
5 seconds remaining.
not even going to bother trying to guess again. And we do see Spiderpig pick up the Dazzle, so a bit of a peripheral pick, not one we see every game, but certainly still a strong support. And we see Volcanic Island grabbing up the Dazzle, so usually the mid player, I believe, for Spiderpig with their new lineup is Volcanic. So interesting to see him take the Dazzle, whether that will actually be their mid, hoping for a fast levels up. it would be good on Dazzle, since he's sort of is one of those heroes where you often feel torn between leveling up each of his different skills. All of them are very important to have leveled up, and Weave is certainly not a bad ultimate to have early if you're looking to push or defend from pushes, but I'm wondering whether he will be going mid or not. And we have an immediate pause from Thrift Shop, although it's 752 playing Rubik for Spiderpig, who takes the opportunity to disconnect. So I'll just quickly go through both teams, outline who's playing. We see Say No for Thrift Shop on the Outworld Destroyer. We see Tom, the team captain on the Templar Assassin. Om on the level 1 Jakiro. Daza on the Keeper of the Light. And Fibonacci on the Phantom Lancer. While over on Spiderpig we have Captain Fleet steering from the Helm is Undying. We see a bunch of Asian characters symbolizing the Werebear playing Darkseer, so he'll be their side solo. Typically, we've been seeing Spiderpig put Werebear on the safe lane solo, sort of a personal guarantee from him that he wins that lane, and then obviously with a hero like Darkseer of good farm can really turn around your mid game, even if your tri lane didn't do so well as a result. They certainly have the potential to send quite an aggressive tri-lane to bot if they want. There are pings heading out there. Anyway, we do see Furzin on the Gyrocopter, so it looks like we will have Gyrocopter carriers if the Dazzle pick didn't reveal Spiderpig's plans in that regard. As I said, Volcanic Island playing Dazzle, and 752 still disconnected from the game on the Rubik. Everyone's still sitting in Fountain. No skills level, no items bot. Not much to analyze. I'm sorry, I said no items bought. We see 3 whole tangos on Tom's Templar Assassin. Looking like she's poised to run out in the mid lane, but honestly, Lanaya could go anywhere from there, so... As I speculate about anything and everything... In this pause, we have seen 752 reconnect, so it looks like we're about to get an unpause. I'll be interested to see whether there's any level 1 fighting. Both teams have relatively strong level 1 fight lineups with good AoEs and stuns. I think the favour might be, or it might be slightly in Spiderpig's favour if there is a fight, just for the strength of Undying's Decay, Darkseer's Ion Shell, and just the heals coming up from Dazzle that TSG did not have access to. But all of that is assuming we get a fight. Spiderpig are not a team who sort of always heads out into the forest to try and scout the enemy. Shout out to Dathamus Prime from Volcanic Island. I believe that's actually his alternate account, so... a little bit of self-love going on here. Forgive me if that's wrong. Shout out to Underground Sea, or Undergrande Sea, by the Werebear. Shout out to Further Magic Cards. And to somebody's girlfriend. We're done here, Werebear, please. So while they list counter spells, we continue to wait. I'm not actually sure why we remain paused here. Both teams seem to be ready to go. And now we are in fact unpausing. No idea what that's about. No immediate repause from Werebear. Oof. Turning my mic threshold down a little bit. Finally, we see the game begin to go underway. So items being bought up. 752 looking a lot like a support, as is Volcanic Island with the sentry wards. 752 on the Rubik with those obs. And we do see these heroes going the separate ways, so it doesn't look like we'll have to test my predictions about the level 1 fight. Fleet dallying at base to pick up some items. All of TSG is moving out in force though, so one of the teams had the right idea. Just making sure that Spiderpig aren't lurking around, trying to deny them that early pull camp. Can really affect the outcome of a tri-lane. It doesn't look like we're going to be seeing tri-lane versus tri-lane. Werebear having to solo up the hard lane for once. At least is poised to, staying at the dire end of bot lane as that solo Darkseer. He has a stout shield. Looks like it's going to be a long day of sitting back from the creep wave and ion chilling for him. But Werebear, quite a competent Darkseer player. No doubt that even if this isn't his preferred strategy, he'll have a way to work around it. 752 just laying down the lane ward there. Each team surmises that their opponents haven't been playing silly buggers in their neutrals. And everybody heads to their respective lanes, ready for the game to begin. We do see Omdaza and Fibonacci heading to top lane, so that's the Peel, Coddle, Jakiro lane. Really strong killing potential early on. Phantom Lancer, obviously one of the better carries in the current metagame, as we see Daza on the Keeper of the Light pick up the 0-second rune. It is invisibility. Not sure why they didn't lay it on Jakiro, but Keeper of the Light not carrying wards, only with that level 1 Illuminate. Perhaps just looking to get into a good position for an Illuminate without having the risk being called out, which is fair enough. But certainly with infinite mana for Jakiro's Ice Path, Keeper of the Light's heavy burst damage, and Phantom Lance to help set it all up, it's looking good. And we already see the first Illuminate flying out and chopping off about a third of Furzen's health on the Gyrocopter. Mid lane, meanwhile, we will see Volcanic Island. I suspected this, obviously. It's just the role he likes to play. I haven't seen him play Dazzle mid before. I feel like I've seen Spiderpig pick Dazzle mid once a while ago. But it'll be interesting to see how Volcanic handles it in what will be a very hostile lane up against Tom's Templar Assassin. But already he has the Poison Touch. Hopefully using that to counter Refraction. And he's putting out a lot of early harassment. It's good that he needs to be this aggressive. Now we have actually seen the rotation from the tri-lane. We will see tri-lane versus tri-lane, expecting first blood up here. As Werebear is skipping creeps, sitting behind Sano on the Outworld Devourer. Got to use that DOTA2 terminology. Though he is made of obsidian, it is no longer his name. And I'm interested to see how that lane turns out, because that will be able to farm at his tower, but at the same time, he's not hugely durable, and I'm not sure he can take Werebear in a straight fight. Now we see to go on Furzen. Just a nice path, no follow-up. His boards are still there. Everyone still has too many consumables for heroes to be picked off with little poking spells like that. We'll need to see more commitment from TSG if they want to get a first blood. Daza still eating his way into the trees from one side, while Furzen chews away at them from the other. Firing off that Cuddle Illuminate, hits only the Rubik. So Furzen now wise to his positioning. We already see that level 2 Keeper of the Light out of mana, not even enough to cast Chakra Magic. And decide now Spiderpig go on Fibonacci, putting out a little bit of harass, but Doppelwalk means it's going to be very difficult for them to get an early kill on the Phantom Lancer at least. And we already see TSG supports know the drill and are making sure to sit very far back. Obviously, neither Keeper of the Light nor Jakiro lacking for range on their spells, at least with Ice Paths, so they're not really in much danger. And already we see sort of the way these solo lanes are shaping up with Sano sitting around about half HP. Already gone through a couple of tangos, probably going to go through another one now. Just leveling up Prison and Aura. Werebear casually sitting around the Darkseer, happy to fight a 1v1 lane, means he'll have experience in farm. While in the mid lane, we see Tom with an empty bottle and Volcanic with a full one, so Dazzle so far doing what he needs to do, establishing early control, has Sentry Wards up against Mel. Now we already see first blood attempt, Fleet very low, decays to, Soul Rips to himself, trying to run away, Jakiro's getting an attack off, but it won't be enough. Furzen letting off the Rocket Barrage, it's a lot of damage to Om, he's quite low, Fleet still wants to commit, Dazzle's going to auto-attack him, might get the kill, homing risk, Rocket heads out, Fleet's going to die first though, surely, he gets the decay off on Daz, he's going to have a bit more health. Rubik gets on for first blood. Fibonacci running away. Keeper of the Light does pick up Undying, but Phantom Lance is going to die here as well. It's a double kill for 752. Great individual play by Spiderpig. Everybody knew exactly what to do there. They push their resources to limit. Furzen now chasing down Daza. Doesn't have any help though. Keeper of the Light's going to turn around and mana up. Furzen will just go back to farming. So certainly a boon for Spiderpig. Big plays there. Both teams sort of so even in this early fight. But as it turns out, this is why Undying is such a top pickup, especially for tri-laning. His inherent tankiness with Decay and Soul Rip kept him alive there. Throughout would have killed probably any other hero, certainly any other support. And he was able to live just long enough for his team to pick up the bonus goal from First Blood. And that firmly sets the engagement in their favour, as we see Furzen eat another Illuminate for several hundred damage. Volcanic Island claims the invisibility rune on Dazzle. Gets off the bottle charge before the rune fades in. So Tom had vision of that rune, knows Volcanic's about. Volcanic sitting around here, trying his luck. Probably not going to be too obsessed with getting something off that Invis rune, and does take the last hit. So we're definitely seeing the Dazzle counter to the Templar Assassin working out very well, as you would expect. With this tri-lane versus tri-lane, Spiderpig's heroes aren't really able to gank, because we see Person taking a lot of damage from creeps there. I almost thought he was going to die. He's incredibly low. He's sitting around on 8 HP, a single auto attack, non-channeled Coddle Blast. He has his Tranquil Boots now, so he's tranquiling up even as he heads back to base. That was pretty reckless considering you have people like Keeper of the Light and Jakira who can so easily knock you down, but he doesn't pay for his hubris this time. Does Furzin. But yeah, obviously, with the tri-lane versus tri-lane, the supports of TSG aren't as able to come out. Oh, Furzin, he's going to die here for sure. Gets caught out by the Cuddle Blast that time. Did not go back to base. Thought those one-set Tranquil Boot heals would be enough. And just catches Phantom Lance into Cuddle Blast. Jakira didn't even need to participate. So, probably an unnecessary death for Spiderpig's carry. Furzin won't be happy with himself there. Fleet might die here as well. Cuddle Blast are going to wipe him out. I'm not sure the Lance even got to hit. So that's 2 quick kills for TSG, and after the first 2 kills on that lane, or first 3 kills on that lane, was so hard fought for Spiderpig to simply hand 2 back to Keeper of the Light nukes. Must sting a little. Now 752 goes around to find the Perpetrator. But he finds Om instead. He's going to get Dual Breath, Ice Path, Illuminated, and it just turns out to be another kill for Thrift Shop. So this tri-lane, which looked good there for a moment for Spiderpig, starting to get out of control. As we see Outworld Devourer actually killing Darkseer on the bottom lane. I missed that, so that's already 1,000 gold for Say No. He does have the Tranquil Boots up, sort of standard response to solo laning against the Darkseer. So he does continuing to channel these Cuddle Illuminates. That one doesn't hit anyone, but he's already 3-0-1. I think he can be pretty satisfied with his strike rate so far. As we look at the last hits, we do see Volcanic and Werebear on top. So good news for Spiderpig solo lanes. Furzin also out-farming Phantom Lancer by not order of magnitude. But with that death, it might count for something. Now the Homing Missile chasing down Keeper of the Light. Spiderpig are trying to commit to Keeper of the Light. They do want him, but he runs a long way before the missile catches up. Decay goes out. They don't really have the spells to continue this, and they're going to catch a lot of harassment for their trouble from Jakiro as they fall back. Phantom Lance going out on Furzin now. He's only on about 200 HP, but Keeper of the Light ran it a little too far. Fleet showing him the error of his ways with the Decay, as well as Fadebot from 752's Rubik. So, some cheap kills coming out on this tri-lane and some very expensive kills. Volcanic continues to win this lane pretty cheaply. Although Templar Assassin is 6 now, building towards phase boots ever so slowly. But in a pure 1v1 that this mid lane has been, we do see one of the weaknesses of Templar Assassin. There are counters. Not sort of the usual mid heroes, but certainly anyone with as much farm as Volcanic's getting on this Dazzle is going to be strong. And he's already maxed out Shadow Wave and Poison Touch. I don't think he can be ignored in these team fights. As we see Furzin again getting caught out. Beautiful Ice Path by Om. Great coordination. TSG on point with these spells time and time again. Phantom Lance and Illuminate and Ice Path, just as I expected out of this tri-lane. But it's one thing to simply pick the heroes and send them to a lane, and another thing to put that plan into action and get the kills from it. And right now, Spiderpig starting to look more and more like they have to change something up with this tri-lane. It's not working out for them, whether that's just a matter of being more careful about where they position themselves, or whether it means some sort of rotation or gank from Volcanic. Although, Dazzle's not an incredible ganker, and he really doesn't want to let the pressure off Tom. Just because Phantom Lancer is down in the lane right now does not mean she'll be like that forever. A fast, quick-farmed Blink Dagger while Volcanic's out of the lane could make all the difference. And Templar Assassin actually managed to get a rune there, so Volcanic searching near bot lane finds nothing. Now low on HP and mana, this could be an opportunity for Tom to get back into this lane. And we have seen the supports rotate down now. Dazzler and Om there. I'm not sure, it does look like the Dire have a ward near the rune that would have seen that coming through. Actually, a Sentinel Sentry ward there as well, so I'm not sure why that rune hasn't been in. What a Volcanic running in close anyway! Goes in, nearly dies, gets slow trapped up by Templar. It seems like it might only be a matter of time till he dies, sending an illusion to finish Volcanic off. Tom more interested in tapping the tower than chasing Volcanic down. Interesting stuff. Interesting choices. But Volcanic knows better than I am. He didn't die. Or better than I do. So we quickly check the goal per minute.
Middle tower is
We do see Volcanic on top of that as well, although only just behind him and Say No. Oh, another commitment did I hear. Fersen again, Phantom Lance to illuminate it looks like, running away, and again the Ice Path hits. Beautiful so patient, waiting until he knew exactly where Gyrocopter was going. Just those 2 seconds of delay guarantees that Ice Path will hit, guarantees that Fersen will die again. He is suffering, only 251 GPM as Fibonacci picks up a double kill. Taking out Fleet, only 752 on the Rubik, forced to fall back. Only survivor of that tri-lane. Spiderpig really have to change something up right now. The Phantom Lance are starting to get more and more money. Outwill Devourer. This lane still hotly contested, even though Darkseer died earlier. Certainly not the end of things. Now we're going to see a teleport in by Omd. Darkseer tries to search himself out of there, but gets banished. He's going to come back into the Ice Path. It's going to be mostly over, but it holds him in place long enough for Omd to land a few more spells. He doesn't have a Surge. What can Weber do here? He does have Surge. Now he actually goes into commit on Say No, but his Iron Shell's expired. He has no mana for another one. Has to Soaring and try to Surge, but the Iron Shells himself first, which gives Say No time to react. He's going to try and get the kill here, but there's no hope. In the end, Weber caught in a sticky situation there. I feel like he might have surged before casting the Iron Shell. Say No waited just a little bit to cast the Astral Imprisonment there that guaranteed the kill. And maybe if he just surged and run, Weber could have got out of range, but most likely he was dead no matter what he did. So, again, we see TSG, even though they've committed to this top tri-lane, and it looks like they've secured it now. Certainly, Fibonacci not looking in much danger of dying. Already building towards a Diffusal Blade. You see Homing Missile flying in on Daza. Just moves towards the back of the lane, then he'll catch it with his face. Or he has the tower. No, gets hit. Anyway, we've seen these supports secure this top lane, and now we've seen Om and Daza just picking the right 1 or 2 moments to come in and try and get kills or drive back the solo heroes of Spiderpig. Lane's looking very good for TSG so far, as again, we see the Phantom Lancer Illuminate combo. It's so strong, but I haven't seen it be this effective in some time. Fersen heals up a little bit from Undying, gets a little bit of a Rocket Barrage off, but not enough. Fibonacci just sits in there. Spirit Lances again, trying to run away with Double Walk, but there's vision from that Sentry Ward, and Telekinesis chucks him back into it. Or there is another Sentry Ward covering the lane. Spiderpig not willing to let him get away scot-clean, or scot-free with that one. That's Fibonacci's second death, but he already has 2 assists and 4 kills, as well as 17 last hits. Actually, the second lowest last hits on his team, Daza, the Keeper of the Light, considerably richer. 3 kills, 5 assists, only 1 death, and 27 last hits. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Even if Fibonacci's having a slightly slow start playing in this aggressive tri-lane, he's keeping Fersen down by pretty much a commensurate amount. Gyrocopter only with Tranquil Boots and Magic Wand 12 minutes in. And only 700 in the bank besides. We see more people moving in. 752 caught very far up the lane here. He might doesn't even need the Phantom Lance to secure that Illuminate, but he gets him anyway. 752 is almost certainly going to die. Although he's running away. Fibonacci gets blocked. He's going to die in the tower. 752 actually lives. He even manages to steal a spell. Gets level 1 Doppel Walk. Still not bad. That was very close. I'm astonished that there couldn't be another Phantom Lance or some other form of damage coming out there. Volcanic Island and Tom continuing their duel in the mid lane. Each 1-1. Well, we have seen Volcanic Island die there in the mid lane. I actually missed it in the midst of the previous fight. In top. But, with this top tri lane so tense, it's hard to look away. Tom still definitely with that advantage in the mid lane. Volcanic Island still definitely with the advantage over Tom. Nearly has his mech. As we just see sort of a lull. There was a few furious exchanges across all lanes, but now we see... Actually, we see heroes from Spiderpig moving to mid lane. 752 invisible with the rune, no doubt. Tom getting caught out by Telekinesis. Dazzle stunned, procking off on him, forcing him to stay away from the tower. And we see Werebear's actually come around behind him. That's why he left the lane. I saw him flirting around. Thought perhaps he was trying to steal some of the die neutral. Sano's teleported in the mid lane, but actually finds himself in a position he doesn't want to be in. Tries to force stuff away, but gets stunned by Dazzle. He might still escape. Werebear's surging himself after him. It's only a level 2 surge, so it doesn't last very long. Werebear's Soul Ring's still on cooldown. He's chasing, but gets blasted back by Keeper. They're going to have to leave. Oh, a little bit of miscoordination there from TSG. The Illuminator from Keeper of the Light missing due to Astral Imprisonment, and now Dazzler finds himself in a poor situation. Volcanic Island, shelled, surged, curtailing Dazzler's escape, forcing him back into Spiderpig heroes. Werebear in particular, Fibonacci trying to help out, but Spirit Lance bounces off Darkseer. Faust HP barely dented, even by that level 4 nuke. So, profitable exchange by Spiderpig. I'm pretty sure that was 2 for none. A lot of running around. All the heroes still relatively healthy, if slightly out of mana, as we see Tom return to the mid lane. So, I said that Spiderpig needed to make an adjustment, and it looks like they are. They recognise that TSG are no longer putting all these heroes in the top lane. And they further recognise, and even if they did have all their heroes, just fighting this as a 3v3 matchup wasn't working out very well for him. So right now, they're just sort of leaving Furzen to farm, and trying to send their heroes out to spin the solo lanes back in their favour. Sleep Furzen now building towards a BKB, no doubt. Has the Urga Club, starting to build towards the Mithril Hammer. Gets slow trapped up by Tom, but doesn't look like any of the TSG heroes are close enough to actually engage here. and Dazzle are thinking about it. They do have 4 heroes here now. Only Fibonacci on the bot lane, split pushing up those Phantom Lancer illusions. So now TSG simultaneously threatening Tier 1 towers on top and bot. We see Volcanic Island teleport top, they're basically giving up bottom. I'm not sure how much HP it's on. Okay, it's still nearly at full, so it'll be a while before Fibonacci can bring that down. We see the Banishment go off, as well as the Coddle Blast, everything happening at once. Call down, call down. Om going to die to it. Everyone else slowed. Tom vacuum back in. Him and Daz are stuck together. Now the Ion Shell's up on Werebear. Wasn't there before, though. Daz is certainly going to die. Unsure if they can pick anyone else, though. Looks like Rubik stole Illuminate. He actually got Blinding Light. Very odd. Now Furzen chasing down Sano. Lets off the Rocket Barrage. Sano banishes himself to buy himself a little more time, but that just means they switch to Tom. They're going to kill him as well. And all 4 of those heroes on top lane die for no loss. The healing power coming out from Volcanic Island with the level 4 Shadow Wave with the mech. The damage prevention from Weave. Level 3 Shallow Grave. Dazzle showing his strength, obviously. There are several other very strong mid-game heroes. Further heals coming out from Fleet on the Undying. The level 4 Tombstone wreaking havoc in that AoE, especially with the added slow from the cooldown, hitting at least 3 TSG heroes, I thought. But in any case, Fibonacci does not even get that bot tier 1 tower. And Spiderpig almost looking like they wanted to push on into that tier 2, but considering how close this game is, think better of it. And just go back to farming. I'm interested to see what Dazzle would build next, and he's actually picked up a Medallion of Courage, already complete up on him. The money from that team fight, Volcanic Island. Looking like a holy terror right now. If he travels around with Furzen on the Gyrocopter, or even just Werebear, he can put out a lot of damage between them. Not quite as much physical damage as you might expect from a team fully maximizing Medallion, but even just Dazzle by himself really enjoys that extra mana regeneration and armor. And the armor reduction might additionally help him get an early Roshan, so we'll see. Certainly 752 with another Inquisitor, and I think his second in the last couple of minutes. Scouting around to try and find Tom for a repeat kill. But Tom is farming up that easy camp in the Radiant Neutrals, and they do not spot him. Meanwhile, top tower for which all that blood was just spilt, cleaned up for free by TSG. Speaking about an early Roshan, and we do see already going in that Medallion of Courage debuff on the Roshan. It's a fast Roshan, a covert one by Spiderpig, Rocket Barrage as well. There's a lot of early damage here and plenty of heal to keep them going. It'll be a question of whether Thrift Shop are going to realise that it's not going to be a particularly fast Roshan, even with the Medallion. And we see a ping coming out. It's a ping on an illusion rune, I think. And since Spiderpig actually have a ward there. Sorry. TSG have no wards in the area to spot Spiderpig doing this, and they haven't worked it out. Furzen picking up an early Aegis on his Gyrocopter, only 500 gold or so away from his BKB as well. So if he manages to pick that up before the next real big fight, he's going to be especially difficult to bring down. And with 4 points already in Flat Cannon, he knows it. He's building for for long-term damage in team fights. Only level 1 on the rocket barrage. Sort of shows you what he's thinking strategically. They spot Fibonacci. I'm not sure who has the eye. No, there's a sentry ward down there again. 752, I believe it is, has been so on point with that. No, it's actually Fleet. If I look at the ward item. But still, we see the warding by Spiderpig. Just enough wards to guard the areas they know they need to guard. First to protect the Roshan, then to ensure that kill. And with another death for Fibonacci, that squares up his ledger at 4, 4, and 2. The rest of TSG pick up the tier 1 tower and trade, which is not a terrible plan, but now they have to run back very fast, so they're going to lose the tier 2 tower as well. It's an awkward sort of time when your carry gets ganked out, or you're trying to push a lane. You're sort of left in no man's land. Tier 1 tower, while good to have, was not a hugely valuable objective, and I'm not sure whether... It looks like only Say No really had a TP out of all those TSG heroes. So in return for that tier 1, they not only lose their carry, but also their tier 2 tower with not really much hope to defend. Caught a little bit out of position map-wise there. So now TSG already adopting the coddle defensive position, shooting down the horse cannon from the high ground to destroy the dire creep wave. While Furzin takes his pick with their ancients. He's down to 178 gold, so looks like that BKB recipe might be flying out already on the mechanical courier. It is there. Along with, looks like, the latter part of Werebear's Hood of Defiance. They're cruising in mid. Furzin, as I said, has the BKB now, has the Aegis. They still haven't had to fight. He hasn't had to blow anything. He'll have the full 10 seconds of magic immunity and then a second life. He might even save the magic immunity for after the Aegis has popped if he's feeling particularly daring. He could wake up in the middle of the enemy team, go magic immune, and drop all his AoE at once. There aren't many team fights that doesn't turn around. But looks like they're going for a slow push instead. No hero for Spiderpig really wants to show themselves in the middle of that lane. They fear the Illuminate, they fear the Jakiro Initiation, they fear the TA Slow Trap. A great range. Tom's already got a couple up. Guarding the approach. 752 surged in. Sneaks past it though. Immediately retreats again. Maybe Spiderpig just look like they're not sure whether they want to commit to this or not. They have a risky position. Weave comes out from Volcanic Island, buffing up the armor of all their heroes except Rubik. Shadow Wave again. Volcanic Island actually having a haste rune. Charging in, daring TSG to throw spells at him. Homing Missile coming in. They're actually all moving past the tower now. Furzin dropping call down on top of Om on the high ground. Hits only him, but it'll pick him up. 752 on a dominating spree. The Tombstone taking the tower a little bit. Volcanic picks up. This is a really messy team fight. TSG penned into their base. Spiderpig trapped between two towers though. Don't have a creep wave there. Can't destroy the tier 2. Now they're going to have to fall back. There's too much AoE. There's too much damage. Fleet in particular dropping very low. Furzin taking the tower up. Looks like they stalled for just long enough for the dire creep wave to come up again. And they're pushing on the tower, but already the coddle wave wiping that creep wave out. I think Furzin managed to avoid that coddle blast by the grace of Say No's banishment. Need a little better coordination on that. Furzin still hasn't popped that BKB, still waiting for them to bring him down the shallow grave, delaying the inevitable, healing him up again. I suppose Spiderpig just have so much durability at this point they don't even care. Furzin gets healed up, but he catches a couple of spells. He's going to go down here. Now the Aegis pops. Darkseer is completely out of mana. 8 seconds till he gets anything back from that Soul Ring. Furzin stands back up. There's no one nearby for him to nuke. This is the craziest. Really, this is all just a besieging attempt from Spiderpig, but it's the most invested sieging attempt I've ever seen. It's really the amount of counterpush TSG can muster. The amount they're wiping out this creep wave. It's forced this sort of being a running fight where Spiderpig just have to throw TSG back and then punch the tower for a few seconds. The weave coming out. Now the call down. Tonk on the middle there. The slow is so crippling. Fibonacci running away on low HP as well. But Spiderpig's heroes aren't really in a position to pick them off. Now Fibonacci dies to Fleet. 752 picking up the Phantom Lance, Templar Assassin, sorry. As well. Fleet. Jesus. Ooh. It looks like Spiderpig were going to escape there without loss, but Fleet caught by another brilliant Ice Path from Om. I must say, on point with the Jakiro so far all game. Ice Path's picking up kills every time. His team can't really ask for more now. Say No. With the smart banishment, catches Werebear teleporting out, but unfortunately he'll have nothing now to stop him surging away. Werebear with just enough mana to escape. So it turns out to just be a little bit of clever poking. A waste of 135 gold. So Spiderpig challenged early on that tri-lane top, and, you know, matched to a lesser degree in the solo lanes. Forced to do something a little different. Made the most of their strong dazzle from mid. Now only one exterior tower remains for TSG, while 2 tier 2 towers are still up and healthy for Spiderpig. We will see now though, it's already 24 minutes. Looking at key items, Phantom Lancer has his defusal at last. I'm not sure if the courier is actually bringing him anything. He's bringing him a vitality booster, so that's really this... I mean, it's not core. Really, he'd love that to be a full heart, but with the vitality booster, it gives him just that little bit of extra hit points so that he can afford to stick around in team fight, slap some Spiderpig heroes, not really fear about dying, just to call down an assorted AoEs. And there's a lot of assorted AoE on this Spiderpig team. They pick the right heroes to kill as well, bringing down the core farmers and damage dealers for TSG in each fight, leaving Jakiro and Keeper of the Light alive. Daza now has that mechanism. Not sure how long he's had that for though. Probably a while since he's nearly completed a 4-staff. Certainly had it in that last team fight, but as we take stock of core items going up, Furzen now farming for what is most likely a butterfly. Has the quarterstaff first. Just trying to get as much out of that flat cannon as he can. We saw Outworld Devourer early on had a lot of farm and GPM. Now down to 5th on the table. Funnily enough, Keeper of the Light does the highest GPM on his team. Sitting at 3, 3, and 6 with 90 CS. Now we see a smoke gank from the courier. Flying back to base, his dirty work is done. Every hero smoked up except for Furzen, who continues to rise up in the dire neutrals. 752 on point. He's been brilliant all game on this Rubik, just as much as Om has been on the Jakiro. 6 kills and 7 assists to his 1 death. He's going to find Fibonacci doing creeps. Fade Bolt over the walls, slides in with the 4-staff, picks him up, Darkseer Vacuum, he's dead. They have really done a great job of isolating and killing his Phantom Lancer wherever he farms. And I feel like he's been the Fibonacci really sort of being let down by his team more than by his own positioning. There are still no wards guarding the entrances or any part of the Radiant Neutrals. I haven't seen a lot of dewarding either, so although it's entirely possible that I'm blind, I feel like it may also just be some
cover your eyes.
map control issues for TSG, as we see Spiderpig now grouping up on the top lane. Furzen, 1600 gold towards his next butterfly item. I'm thinking he'll probably be going for the evasion next, just considering how much damage Templar Assassin, Phantom Lancer, and Outworld Devourer can do to him. As we see the Coddle Waves continuing to fly through that team, the horses trampling the creeps into the ground. And again, we see Spiderpig understanding they can't push the tower unless they drive TSG well back. Tom gets a tier 2 on the bots. They're exchanging outer towers here, but it will be a safe exchange. Without their Templar Assassin, they can't threaten. And sometimes the Coddle Blast just doesn't have a short enough cooldown. In the end, Spiderpig just tank the tower themselves a bit and heal up with Undying and Dazzle. Dazzle with 4,000 gold, 3-1 and 7 on Volcanic Island. So, really, apart from those Australian heroes, we don't see many deaths. We've seen 4 deaths on Fleet and 4 deaths on Furzen. That's where the bulk of the losses have been for Spiderpig. Are they considering Roshan again? It feels like they are. They're just sticking around, stacking the neutrals, then we'll have Furzen turning around and farming it with Flat Cannon, most likely. He picks up the creep wave. The rest of the heroes just sticking around. They have a sight ward up. Still no wards for TSG. Their only vision is a solitary TA trap. That certainly won't reveal if Spiderpig going for Roshan, although TSG can likely guess it's not a particularly subtle play right now. They're just protecting the space around Roshan, have an illusion rune, using Fleet's illusions to notify them of the approach of Tom on the Templar.
Double damage.
And they're just waiting for that Roshan to respawn, which he's about to. In the next minute or so, they'll be going in and taking it. Volcanic has bought something. He's got an Ultimate Orb in the bank. Looking like it's probably a Hex. Still no move by TSG to defend against this obvious Roshan. Spiderpig now incredibly sus, just clustering around. Roshan has actually respawned at this point. Still one undying illusion. Watching that key approach through the Radiant neutrals. Fibonacci's actually split pushing top lane, so perhaps TSG have decided they don't want to contest this Roshan, and instead they're just going to try and see if they can get a tier 3 tower for it. Certainly, Phantom Lancer can still push, even with the Scanfium arms they have. They decide not to actually go for the Roshan. Putting that off, a little bit of a trick. TSG no doubt think they're there, but the smoke's going after Fibonacci. No runes or anything spot him out. There's still a ping. Fibonacci specs something's up, but now he knows something's up. He double walks away. Do they have vision? There are sentry wards on Fleet. They can definitely see him. He's teleporting out. He gets picked up. He's going to die. The stolen ice path 7-5-2. Destroying Thrift Shop Gaming with his Rubik right now. Obviously, there's great coordination from Spiderpig to enable this, but he is always there. That telekinesis, cancelling the teleport, saw that the homing missile wasn't going to get there in time. Fibonacci tried his best, but in the end, the combined forces of Spiderpig bring him down. Such a smooth progression of disables. And now, it's the same position as before, but TSG without their carry, doubly unable to contest the Roshan. Volcanic Island casually destroying the TA trap, which Tom had put in the Roshan pit in the meantime, and now they head in. Coddle with the ult, channeling a hands-free Coddle Blast. Illuminate, dealing a little bit of damage to Volcanic and some of the other Spiderpig heroes, but nothing serious. Volcanic keeping them all high, spamming out that Shadow Wave. It's so cheap in mana, the cooldown is so short. It's really hard for TSG to initiate. Usually you count on, especially this type in the game, when you have point in the game against this type of lineup. When you see Roshan taking this long to kill, you hope to be able to initiate towards the end of the Roshan kill and see that your enemy is taking some damage, but all those Spiderpig heroes come out of the pit at full HP, and then Gyrocopter's case, now with an Eagle Song and an Aegis, the gods being kind to him, he saved up enough money. Very soon, I feel, we will be seeing the Butterfly completed on Fersen's Gyrocopter. Then he'll start really terrifying TSG in teamfights. If we look at their carries, Outworld Devourer has only just finished his BKB, 1,000 gold to spare on him. Tom on the Templar Assassin with those core items up, Phase Boots, Blink Dagger, BKB, but nothing else. It is 30 minutes in the game. They would have hoped for more out of him in the mid. Keeper of the Light with 1,800 gold saved up on top of his 4 Stuff and a Mechanism. Can't really be criticised, but even with his sort of surplus of money right now, I'm not sure what items he can buy that really help the team. He could certainly buy a Shiva's, but Gyrocopter's really the only one attacking. Hex does allow them to disable that attack, but Dazzle and even 752 have been so effective so far. Fleet's ultimate is so strong at amplifying the rest of the team. It's really would be choosing who kills him at this point. I don't think eliminating a single hero from Spiderpig would do enough to swing a teamfight in TSG's favour, unless they also had every other circumstance going their way. And Spiderpig, knowing this, are content to just farm. I also forgot to mention Fibonacci on the Phantom Lancer, still no closer to his heart. It looks like he's actually building something else in the meantime. Has a Ring of Regen. I'm not sure. He also has a Ring of Basilius, so likely of Vlad's. Recognizes that the heart just isn't going to be quick enough at this point, and he desperately needs the lifesteal, the survivability, and the push that provides him, making that Phantom Lancer illusionary army even stronger, with the multitude of auras coming out from Vlad's. Fersen destroying the Ancients now, progressing ever closer to that Butterfly. Kills off this last Ancient, only 1 or 2 more creeps. He could probably lazily call down a neutral camp had Phantom Lancer not already been through and wiped them all out. Spiderpig just poking around, looking for him. The courier flies in and smokes them up. Still following the team, actually. Not sure what that's all about. We have seen the pipe now completed on Darkseer well and truly. He also has the point booster and most of an Aghanims. Wow. I mean, it's been a while since I looked at Werebear, but he's certainly been busy. Staying only behind Volcanic and Fersen in that GPM. Very nice. As we look at the net worth and we see Volcanic and Fersen far out in front of the enemy team. That is a rich Dazzle, as he now has finished that Hex. Level 16 as well. So the smoke doesn't really find anybody. They figure TSG just turtling. And Spiderpig say, well, we have the pushing power, we have the heals, we make them come to us. This reminds me of an old strategy I know that Fleeters love to run in the past, running with you know, a tanky vanguard of heroes like Bristleback and a multitude of spammable heals. And your ability to just force team fights, throw the enemy back away from their own towers. So we see this team fight start up. Outworld Devourer, BKB, and catches only the slow from cooldown. There's Jakiro Ultimate and Darkseer Wall blocking off TSG from their own tier 3 towers. We see Fibonacci separated from the rest of his team. He's called out. There's no defense. Furzin destroys him. The Butterfly tearing through their team. Daza now trying to do his best on Coddle. Charging that Illuminate up. He gets caught out. 4 stubs back. Werebear vacuums the whole team back in. It's going to kill Om. Snatching those low HP heroes out of the fountain. The fountain isn't really... Oh.
Double kill.
Volcanic Item gets another kill on Tom on the Templar Assassin. But I was watching Daza. He was almost brought down in the fountain by the level 1 homing missile from Furzin, which would have been a death perhaps not to tell your grandkids about. Volcanic just balls deep on this Dazzle. Gives no fucks.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Unprofessional cursing there, I'm sorry. Has no care in the world about diving in onto TSG, picking up that Coddle. Just sitting on such low HP, hasn't even activated his mech, does not fear the Outworld Destroyer, now activates the mech. Now 752 with a mega kill, 7-1 and 10 for him. This must be the world's most frightening Rubik to have only a 4-star for boots. The gem from him ensuring that Fibonacci is not doing anything relevant this game. And only, even though only now is Spiderpig beginning to attack the racks. That Black King Bar has only been activated twice by Furzin. That Aegis the Immortal still sitting up on him. There's so much just sustainability in this push from Spiderpig that even though this team fight's seeming extraordinarily drawn out and attritive, they really can afford to just sort of slow push down their base. I mean, in the end, it's worked out for them. TSG are down to racks, looking like they really don't know how they can win a team fight right now. This game sort of slunk away from them in an awful hurry. I haven't been really checking the golden XP graphs, substituting sort of the game stats for those, but just looking at them now, we already see 15,000 XP and more than 10,000 gold in Spiderpig's favour. It is close to 40 minutes, so that's not a totally definitive lead, but it is certainly a lead. So confirming Spiderpig's strong position. Volcanic Island might even decide to solo Om. He does. He turns around, pops the mech, doesn't bother with the Hex yet. Just the Dazzle Q, following up with the auto attacks. He even lets off the weave, and now he might regret. Oh! No. Had the poison dot. His damage too formidable. It was a nice attempt at a 4-stuff away by Om, as we'll see Daza even 4-stuffing himself into the trees to escape Volcanic. Volcanic not noticing the irregular sort of gap in the trees, or perhaps just retreating to hang out with his team. As Daza sits there on the Coddle, he's just waiting. His boots travel on cooldown. Doesn't have much he can do. Spiderpig are all walking past his hiding place though. Smart stuff, he now 4-stuffs himself even further into those trees, just making sure he can't easily be spotted out. And then a couple more seconds on that on those travels, so now we'll see him teleport back into the team. But even then, even with his smart hiding, it's cost him something because he only teleports back now. His Cobble Wave hasn't been available, and already the tier 3 tower is almost dead. Now letting off the Blinding Light, now letting off the Coddle Blast. Actually, that was Rubik's Coddle Blast. Real Coddle Blast coming only a few seconds later with the Illuminate. But at this point, it does really nothing to Spiderpig. Pipe too strong. Tombstone goes down, Jakiro Wall goes down. On picked up though, tossed through the air. Volcanic and Fleet waiting through the team, seemingly not even taking damage. Tom is trying to bring down 752. Can't quite get him, the last auto attack isn't there. He gets vacuumed back into the team and destroyed by Gyrocopter. 752 will live.
Just in case it isn't obvious to everyone.
He waves his goose stick in defiance. And Tom on the Templar Assassin calls GG. An emphatic GG, well played coming out. Spiderpig, an affirmation of this new lineup, and a really strong, inspired Dazzle pickup, countering that Templar Assassin so thoroughly. Tom really unable to ever exert himself on the game. Werebear noting that after an good early start, TSG were abruptly decayed. Shout out to Fleets Undying.
Radiant's
Also to
middle
Green Black
tower
Standard.
is under attack.
And the obligatory Fountain Dive sees first and pick up a free double kill with Flat Cannon
Radiant's middle
on the
tower
disconnected TSG heroes. Fibonacci hurled into the air and bombarded by tiny missiles.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Unstoppable triple kill for Furzin, ultra kill. Gets a rampage as the throne is destroyed. Ancient going down for Thrift Shop. Another shout out to Davimus Prime from Volcanic, much deserved. And we will see Spiderpig defend their spot. Thrift Shop knocked back again, unfortunate for them. And we will continue the saga of the Cybergamer AU ladder another time. I've been the Wandering Bard. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon.